Hello, as a representative from Group 9, I would like to introduce our group members, which consists of me, Fariz Rastriaji, Helsa Febriani, and also Uci Widyia Putri. In this occasion, I would like to give a further explanation about connection between materials. There are some points which are purpose, types, needs, format, material, test design, and reflection. We all know that assessment is the process of collecting and processing information to learning needs, development, and achievement of learners' learning outcomes, the results of which are used as reflection material to improve quality of learning. The purpose of assessment of monitor the quality of learning is also used as feedback for learning, as information for evaluation, and it used to determine the progress of learners' learning outcomes. There are three types of assessment, which are assessment as learning, assessment for learning, and assessment of learning. Black and William in 1998 explained that this type of assessment involves students in the learning by giving them the opportunity to measure and reflect on their own progress. The approach of assessment as learning, it aimed that the students are actively engaged in self-assessment and peer assessment, which help them understand their learning process and set better goals. According to Hattie and Timperley in 2007, they aim that assessment for learning state that this assessment serves as feedback that provides information to both students and teachers about areas that need improvement. The approach of assessment for learning, it aimed at through formative assessment, teachers can adjust their teaching and provide appropriate support based on students' need. According to Crooks in 1988, for assessment of learning, it defines that this type of assessment as an evaluation aimed at assessing the extent to which students have achieved learning objectives by the end of a specific period. The approach of assessment of learning, it aimed at this summative assessment typically results in grades or certification and is used to evaluate the overall effectiveness of educational program. Each type of assessment has different objectives and functions, and all are important in a holistic learning process. There are several points that need to be considered regarding to students' need, which are material comprehension, self-confidence, social support, variety of learning styles, and feedback. We all know that understanding material, the student need to understand how to use expression to introduce others and explain basic information such as name, occupation, and hobbies. For the confident student with learning difficulties need support to build confidence when speaking in front of the class. And also for the social support, it is important for students to work in groups and pairs to learn from peers and feel more engaged. The variety of learning styles aimed at the students with various learning styles require diverse methods such as kinesthetic and visual activities. And for the feedback, students need constructive feedback from teachers to understand their progress. Regarding to teacher needs, there are several points that need to be paid attention. The first one is creating a clear lesson plan, the classroom management strategy, knowledge of student, facilities and infrastructure, and also effective assessment. Clear lesson plans is one of the teacher needs, where the teacher requires a systematic plan to effectively and engagingly deliver material. For the classroom management strategies, teachers need technique to maintain classroom dynamics to keep it orderly and conducive to learning. The knowledge of student, where the teachers must understand the characteristic and needs of their students, including those with learning difficulties. For the resources and facilities, the access to tools like visual text, audio recording, and learning apps to enhance interactivity. And lastly, effective assessment, where teachers need ways to assess students' understanding both formatively and summatively to adjust teaching based on students' need. There are several points regarding to format, which consists of coherence and organization, differentiation of learning, focus on social and emotional skills, student engagement, technology-based assessment, and importance of reflection. Coherence and organization, this model is well structured, providing a logical sequence from introduction to conclusion. Each section clearly supports the learning objective. Differentiation of learning aims to addressing various student ability levels is a strong point, with activities designed to engage all types of students. Focus on social and emotional skills. Utilizing a SEL-based learning model is highly relevant given the importance of social skills in the classroom. Student engagement. The activities that involve students in groups and pairs encourage collaboration, which is essential for their interpersonal development. Technology-based assessment. Using apps like quizzes for assessment makes learning more interactive and enjoyable, allowing for more effective evaluation. And lastly, importance of reflection. It's providing space for reflection at the end of lessons helps students recognize their learning process and set goals for the future learning. Based on the lesson plan at school, the material thought is introducing the family using information on name, profession, address, age, hobbies, and so on and so forth. There are two assessments that need to be paid attention. The first one is formative assessment, which consists of diagnostic tests or quiz, reflection questions, and self-assessment. Which on summative assessment, there are 2 points which are final cognitive tests or quiz and homework. Formative assessment is used in the beginning of the lessons, or known as diagnostic tasks. It aims to know the readiness of the students to learn about the new material by giving them a cognitive task in terms of knowledge about the ability that must be. Formative assessment is used in the beginning of the lessons, which known as diagnostic tasks. It aims to know the readiness of the students for learning the new material by giving them a cognitive task in terms of knowledge about their ability that student must have, which is the knowledge about pronoun, family tree, and profession. Assessment in the learning process. It helped during the process of the learning, such as giving question about the topic that has been studied before. At the end of the learning, the students were asked to write down 3 new concepts that they learned, 2 things that they want to learn more, and 1 thing that they don't understand. And the last one is self-assessment. And last but not least, summative assessment, which held at the end of the learning process. Reflection. From the lesson plan, there are 2 assessments that used by teacher. There are formative assessment and summative assessment that we have analyzed. Utilizes visual text, oral text, audio recordings, and games. The teacher used introducing self in the lesson plan that is suitable with the curriculum. In our expectation of this assessment course, for the future are adding diverse teaching methods such as videos, small group discussion and creative projects, as well as implementing clearer differentiation strategies to tailor activities to students' ability levels. Alright, I hope our further explanation about this material can be understood. I'm sorry if there are a mistake from our explanation. I hope you guys can understand. And I would like to say thank you so much. Muchas gracias por su atención.